Shocking news. Jamie Dornan had an affair with Caitriona Balfe and wants a divorce from Amelia Warner. One misty September morning, Amelia Warner woke up in her quiet villa on the outskirts of the Cotswolds. Jamie had left early, as he always did when he was filming in London. But today, for some reason, her heart sank. She went into the kitchen, made a cup of peppermint tea, and opened her phone. A notification from her best friend, Melissa, appeared. "Amelia, you should see this." It was a link to an entertainment news site, not the trashy tabloids she usually ignored, but something with some credibility. The headline: Jamie Dornan and Caitriona Balfe spotted together at the Langham Hotel in the middle of the night. Her hands shook as she clicked on the article. The first photo showed the two of them entering the hotel lobby, wearing hats and masks. But the angle of the shot clearly showed familiar figures and gait. Jamie and Caitriona. They had starred in a romantic drama together last year. Rumors had swirled, but Jamie had denied it. And Amelia had believed it. She leaned back against the kitchen counter. "No way," she muttered. But her instincts told her that this time, something had really changed, behind the scenes. Jamie Dornan sat alone in the dressing room. The dim lights highlighted the new lines at the corners of his eyes. He stared into the mirror, his eyes unfocused. His phone buzzed, a text from Caitriona. "I'm sorry about last night. We shouldn't have been caught like that," he sighed. The last thing he wanted was to hurt Amelia. But the truth was, things had gone cold between him and Amelia a long time ago. Conversations revolved around the kids, the house, and plans he was no longer excited about. Neither of them had cheated, but neither of them loved each other, and Caitriona, she came like a breath of fresh air. Free, deep, and knowing. When they acted together, sometimes he didn't know what was real and what was acting. And sometimes, he wished the scenes would last forever. The confrontation: "Are you cheating on me?" The question echoed in the kitchen that night when Jamie returned home. Amelia sat still, her hands clasped around her coffee mug. Jamie stood still. "What did you see?" "The picture at the Langham." Melissa's text. "And your eyes, the way you looked at her." He sat down across from her, silent for a few seconds before answering, "I'm not cheating on you. I never have, but I think I might be in love with someone else." The air froze. That sentence, so brutally honest, broke down every defense Amelia had built up. After that night, their large house became a silent desert. Amelia did not cry, did not get angry. She just withdrew into herself, carrying her disappointment like a dull wound that did not bleed. Jamie spent the night in his study. The unfinished songs on his guitar were meaningless. He could not write a single note. The next morning, Amelia left the house with her two children, leaving a note. "We're going to stay at Mom's for a few days. Think carefully, Jamie. If you really love someone else, let me know. I don't want to live in a half-hearted marriage." Jamie sat silently. He knew he could not give an answer right away. But he also knew that if he continued to deny it, he would not only lose Amelia, but also lose himself. Between the banks, in Dublin, Caitriona Balfe sat in her usual coffee shop, her eyes glued to the window. She didn't want to be the other person, a phrase that made her nauseous every time she read the tabloids. But her heart was not under the control of reason. Jamie came and sat down quietly opposite him. She looked at him, her face more tired than usual. "Did you tell her?" Jamie nodded, her eyes sad. "Cat, you don't know what you're doing. Everything is too fast, too confusing." She sighed. "Jamie, I don't want you to leave your wife because of me. I'm not the reason you're unhappy." You have to do it for yourself. Jamie was silent at that. She didn't push him, she didn't demand. But it was that calmness that made him realize, with Caitriona, he didn't have to try to be someone else. He just had to be himself. Back to reality. 3 days later, Amelia returned home. Jamie waited for her in the living room, which was tidy, as if he were trying to tidy up his entire life. She put her bag down, looking at him silently. Have you decided? She asked. Jamie stood up, his eyes earnest. I don't want to lie to you anymore, Amelia. You deserve someone who loves you completely, not someone whose soul is somewhere else. She sat down, her eyes no longer angry, but relieved. So, it's over? Jamie nodded. You'll always be the father of our children. But for me, maybe we've reached our limit. Amelia bit her lip. I don't hate you, Jamie. I just regret a love that was once so beautiful. The calm before the storm. The media began to notice Amelia's absence from Jamie's events. Photos of Jamie and Caitriona at an art party in Venice added fuel to the fire. Headlines were everywhere. Jamie Dornan and Caitriona Balfe, Hollywood's new couple. Amelia Warner quietly exits, marriage on the brink. Jamie didn't respond to the press. He knew that any talk at the time would only make matters worse. Caitriona was different. In an interview with The Guardian, she gently replied, "We were co-stars, and like any friendship, sometimes the feelings can grow beyond what they were. But no one should judge someone without living their story."